Alright, so this is the second video on Simpson's 3/8 rule, and in this video we are going to be solving this question which says evaluate the integral from 4 to 5.2 of log x to base e dx using Simpson's 3/8 rule. So you know log to base e is actually a natural logarithm. In the first video I explained that we utilize the Simpson's 3/8 rule when our subinterval is actually a multiple of 3. And I also explained that in order to avoid the lengthiness of the Simpson 3/8 rule formula, always take your subinterval to be equal to 3. So for this question, we are going to take n, which is a subinterval, to be equal to 3. Alright, so remember your interval h can be found as b minus a all over n, where b is the upper limit and a is the lower limit. So from the question, it means that a is actually 4 and b is actually 5.2. So if you know this, you can find your interval. B is 5.2 minus 4 divided by n. We've taken 3 to be our subinterval. So this simply implies that h is going to be equal to 5.2 minus 4 is actually 1.2 divides 3, and that should give us 0.4. So h itself is 0.4. Now we found our interval. The next thing to do is to split the interval, the limit from 4 to 1 to 5.2, into 3 subintervals, because we're choosing our subinterval to be 3. So we'll split this limit from 4 to 5.2 into 3 subintervals. So let's make a table for that. Okay, so here is our x, here is our value f of x. So for x naught, what's the value? X naught is simply the first limit or the lower limit, which is 4. Okay, so we next we'll find x1, and that's going to be equal to, so to do that, x naught is the lower limit, which is 4. x1 is equal to x naught plus the interval, and this is going to be x naught is 4 plus interval is 0.4, so this is actually 4.4. so x1 is 4.4. Sorry, x1 equals 4.4. Next is x2. Okay, to find x2, x2 is equal to x1 plus h. This is going to be x1 is 4.4 plus h is 0.4, and this is actually 4.8. So x2 is 4.8. And finally, x3 is going to be equal to x3 equals x2 plus h. x2 is 4.4, sorry, 4.8 plus 0.4. This is actually 5.2. So you've been able to split this limit from 4 to 5.2 into what? 3 subintervals. Okay, you have the last, which is 5.2. So your next task now is to, if you take a look at the formula, you have f of x naught, f of x1, f of x2. So you find the value of the function at these given points, right? So that's your next task. So let's find f of x naught, which means the value of the function when x is x naught. The function itself, remember, is log to base e of x, which is natural logarithm, right? So you have log to base e. X now becomes x naught, and x naught is 4. So it means log to base e of 4. So let's get the value of natural log 4. That gives us 1.3863 approximately. 1.3863. So which means this is 1.3863. Next, we find the value of the function when x is what? x1. We find f of x1. This is going to be what? Log to base e of x1. And our x1 is actually 4.4, right? So log to base e of 4.4. This is going to be equal to, so let's find log to base e of 4.4. That gives us 1.4816. 1.4816 approximately. Next, you find f of x2. This is going to be log to base e of x2 x2 is actually 4.8. So 4.8, and this is going to be equal to, let's find natural log of 4.8. That simply gives us 1.5686 approximately. 1.5686 approximately. Finally, we find f of x3, which is equal to natural log to base e of 5.2. And this is going to be equal to natural logarithm of 5.2. That gives us 1.6487 approximately. 1.6487, and you have this. So having found these functions, you simply now plug into the equation. So this is why I said always choose your subinterval n to be equal to 3, right? To avoid the lengthiness of the equation. So except otherwise stated, always go for n equal to 3. Now, here is the reason. So the integral from 4 to 5.2 of log to base e of x dx is now going to be equal to, using Simpson 3/8 rule, that becomes 3 all over 8 of the interval h multiplying all through by, from the formula, the first function and the last function are unmultiplied, right? So I have f of x naught not being multiplied by any value, but the next two functions are multiplied by 3. And what are the next two functions after x naught? We have x1 and x2. So I will simply have plus 3 f of x1 plus 3 f of x2. Now, since I have exhausted the values of x, I am now left with what? X3. And x3 now is the last value, or the last variable for x, right? If I plug that into the function, that becomes my last value or last function. And the last function is unmultiplied by any value. So you can now say 2 times. No, because the last function is kept like that without a multiple. So you simply have plus f of x3. This is our last function, and that becomes, so the whole of this equation has been reduced to this because of what? We choose our subinterval to be equal to 3. So if you go and choose your subinterval to be equal to 6 or 9, then you start experiencing the lengthiness of the equation. You're not going to be wrong, but then that might be too cumbersome for you to, to start evaluating. So simply choose your subinterval to be n equal to 3 whenever you're working with Simpson's 3/8 rule. All right, so all we need to do now is plug the value of the functions into the formula. You're going to have integral from 4 to 5.2 of log x to base e dx. This is going to be equal to 3 over 8 multiplies my interval h. We had the value as what? 0.4. So multiplies 0.4 into f of x naught. F of x naught simply gave us here 1.3863. So we have 1.3863 plus 3f of x1, and f of x1, okay, f of x1 gave us here 1.4816. 1.4816 plus 3f of x2, and f of x2 simply gave us here as 1.5686. 1.5686, and finally plus f of x3, and f of x3 gave us here as 1.6487. 1.6487, and you have this. So integral from 4 to 5.2 log to base e of x dx is going to be equal to, let's obtain 3 times 0.4 divided by 8. So we have 0.15 here. So I'm going to evaluate everything in the brackets all together. So do well to point along to avoid calculation errors. So everything in the bracket simply gives us 12.1856. 12.1856. So if you multiply by 0.15, multiply 0.15, you simply have 1.82784. 1.82784. And that becomes the result of that integral using Simpson's 3 all over 8 rule. Alright guys, so that's it for this particular video. I will see you in the next video. Please do well to like this video, comment nicely, share to your friends, and if you're new to the channel, do well to smash the subscribe button and turn on your bell notification so you don't miss out on the next video when it drops. I will see you in next video. Cheers.